Ma'am, shall we start?
Yes, Hema, we can start.
Good afternoon, all. I once again welcome you all for NAAC sponsored one-day online seminar on NAAC revised assessment and accreditation framework and approach, organized by IQAC, New Prince Sri Bhavani College of Engineering and Technology. So the afternoon session today deals with the qualitative and quantitative metrics of criteria 1 to 7. Now, I would like to invite Ms. S. Sivagami, Assistant Professor of EC Department, to welcome our Chief Guest, Dr. S. Murli, Coordinator, IQAC, Sri Sai Ram Institute of Technology, Chennai. Ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Greetings to all. Dr. S. Murali is working as Professor and Head, Mechanical Engineering and Coordinator IQAC at Sri Sai Ram Institute of Technology, Chennai. He has more than 35 years of experience in teaching profession and worked at various capacities in AVC Polytechnic College, AVC College of Engineering, Velamal Engineering College, Wales University as Professor, HOD and Principal. He did his diploma at Srinivasa Subbaraya Polytechnic College, Sirhali, and did his UG, PG and PhD at Annamalai University, Chidambaram in the Manufacturing Engineering and completed MBA at Bharatidasan University, Trichy. As IQAC coordinator, he has coordinated the NAAC accreditation activities of both Sri Sai Ram Institute of Technology and Sai Ram Engineering College and got NAAC A+ grade as well as autonomous status for both the institutions. His areas of interest and specialization are manufacturing management, multi-criteria decision making, strategic management, service operations management, materials processing, manufacturing processes. He has attended and organized many national and international conferences and published many Scopus, Web of Science indexed papers in the reputed publications like Elsewhere, Springer, Taylor and Francis, Indus Science, etc. He is a reviewer of many peer-reviewed indexed journals. Welcome, sir.
Thank you,
madam. Thank you.
So now I would like to invite our speaker, Dr. S. Murli, sir, to take carry over the session. Okay. Sir, please.
Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you're audible.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for your nice presentation. Very good afternoon, Kunandal. Beloved Chairman, Vice Chairman of New Prince Sri Bhavani College of Engineering and Technology, respected Director, Professor Swaminathan, the most respected Principal, Professor Dr. P. Saravanan, and the convener of this program and IQAC coordinator of New Prince Sri Bhavani College of Engineering and Technology, Dr. Dutta Devi, and the coordinators of this one-day online seminar on NAAC revised assessment and accreditation framework and approach, coordinators of this program, and my dear participants, very good afternoon all. At the outset, I would like to thank the management, the principal, and the IQAC coordinator of New Prince Sri Bhavani College of Engineering and Technology for having given the opportunity to give the lecture somewhat, whatever they know about the NAAC revised assessment and accreditation process. At this juncture, I take this opportunity to thank our management, our chairman, CEO of Sai Ram institutions, Sri Sai Prakash Yogitu, and our most respected principal, Professor Dr. K. Pavani Kumar, having given consent to give a lecture and participated in this one-day online seminar. Thank you, one and all. Very proud of one and all ahead. And before that, I think there are two concerns in front of me. One is after lunch, I have to speak, and after lunch, you have to listen. That is a very tough task. But even though I will try to attract you by my lecture, and I try to cover almost, because it is, I think it's very difficult to cover all the metrics of criteria 1 to 4 in depth within an hour. But anyway, the previous speakers, Dr. Shiva Perumal and Dr. Nageshwara Rao, they have given overall picture about the revised assessment and accreditation process, and the role of IQAC, importance of IQAC, and the significance of AQAC. Yes?
Sorry for interrupting you, sir. Your voice is not audible. We are hearing some echo at the background.
Just a wait now. Now it's clear, ma'am?
Yes. Yes. Now it's clear.
Okay, anyway, I am trying to cover all the metrics in criteria 1 to 4. Criteria 1 to 4. Before that, I am going to share my slide. Is it visible now?
Sir, it's visible. Your screen is visible and it's now clear, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
So, I want to have this session as just a brainstorming session on NAAC assessment and accreditation, a new framework regarding the quantitative and the qualitative metrics of criteria 1 to criteria 4. So this is outline of my presentation. As the previous speakers have touched on almost all the introductory parts. Actually, I thought of giving inputs regarding the assessment accreditation process and other things. So just I will neglect the things, and I want to enter into our core title of this the today's session, afternoon session. So eligibility criteria for applying NAAC accreditation, that is very important. Revised the framework of assessment and accreditation process. Overview and assessment focus of criteria 1 to 4. So in that we are going to discuss each and every key indicators and each and every metrics on key indicators. If the time permits, at the end of the session, we will discuss on data validation and verification process with the standard operating procedure declared by NAAC. Okay, so this is my outline of presentation. NAAC revised framework, revised assessment and accreditation framework. So I think before 2017 there was a conventional method. So the institutions have to prepare the self-study report in 300, 400, 500 pages, and they have to submit hard copies. Okay, so all the communications, correspondence, all the things done by manually. Okay, so but here there is a paradigm shift in assessment and accreditation process. Okay, so at this juncture, I hope that all of you staying safe with this COVID pandemic and following these concepts, SMS, soap or sanitizer, mask, social distancing. And now it is mandatory to wear a mask, okay, face mask for us also. But very soon we are going to wear this kind of mask also, because so for example, the South Korean countries like South Korea, the people used to wear this kind of mask. So they are having confidence that just we have to cover our nose only. That's why it is called as a coat, not mask. Why I am showing this like this? We have to change this only constant in the world. We should adapt to the changing environment. We should adapt to the changing environment. So as a higher educational institution, as a teachers, we should adapt to the changing environment. Okay, so with this scenario, the NAAC has framed the revised assessment and accreditation process with a focus on ICT enabled, objective, transparent, scalable and robust, student-centric and outcome-based education, outcome-based. Okay, so the paradigm shift in means the total SSR, self-study report. Suppose the institution is going to apply for accreditation, NAAC accreditation first time, the SSR contains two-pronged metrics called qualitative and quantitative, which have been already explained by previous speakers. I'm not going to spend much more time in this area. Then applied metrics, non-applicable metrics, some of the metrics, as our previous speaker pointed out, that not applicable metrics, because some of the metrics are not applicable for universities or affiliated colleges. And other one criteria, essential metrics. As our previous speaker pointed out in his presentation, the criteria, the metrics, all the qualitative and quantitative metrics in criteria 1, criteria 2, and criteria 7 are termed as essential metrics. The institution at any cost cannot opt out any one of the metrics in these criteria 1, 2, and 7. And another one category is optional metrics. So the institution can opt out some of the metrics from the criteria 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, right. So the total, the score. The total score in assessment and accreditation process generated based on the three resources. One is DVD, data validation and navigation. Okay, another one is system generated score. As our previous speaker pointed out, that the institution should score at least 25% as a system generated score after the DVD process. And then third source is a student's satisfaction survey, SSS. It is called SSS. So these are the three main sources from which the total CGPA is calculated for accreditation. Okay, so the paradigm, when we talk about the paradigm shift in accreditation, assessment and accreditation process, the NAAC only focuses on extensive use of ICT, because the submission of registration of institution in NAAC website, submission of IQAC, institution information on quality assessment, and then followed by submission of SSR and DVD process, data validation and verification, and clarification, any other clarification from NAAC side or institution side. So all these things carried out by online process. Okay, so and 100% of off-site evaluation of higher education institutes for fourth cycle accreditation, they get a higher grade. Okay, in the subsequent accreditation cycles. Okay, so in that cases, on-site visits are exceptional cases only in that cases. So there will be appropriate differences in the metrics, weightages, and the benchmarks. Here before there are two manuals. One is for university and one is for colleges, framed by NAAC. But now There are different manuals for universities, by government universities, private universities, deemed universities, then colleges, when I talk about colleges, autonomous college, affiliated colleges, UG and PG colleges. So there are separate yardstick for different categories of institutions. Okay, so and also there was a drastic reduction in number of questions in self-study report. So here before the 2017, there were more than 200 questions in SSR. So the institution has to answer for more than 200 questions. Now it has been reduced to 150 for universities, autonomous, and 93 for autonomous UG colleges. And also the size of the SSR also reduced. So now the institution can be able to submit its SSR by online only. Okay, the entry is also by online. So and also the peer team visit days reduced from 4 days or 5 days to 2 to 3 days. And very important to tell about that, the criterion 3. Research consultancy and extension is renamed as research innovation and extension. Okay, similarly the criteria 7 from healthy practices, innovations and best practices is renamed as institutional values and best practices by incorporating some additional metrics. So this slide shows the difference between the previous one and the existing one. So the total criteria is 7. So the NAAC has framed 7 criteria that NAAC has identified the 7 areas in which the institution has to prove his strength and performance. 7 criteria. So the 7 criteria having key indicators of 34 for universities and autonomous colleges, and UG colleges 31. PG colleges 32. So when I talk about the SSR metrics, there are 2 metrics, qualitative and quantitative metrics. Qualitative metrics 38, from 38 it has been reduced to 36 for universities and autonomous colleges. For UG colleges from 41 to 35, for PG colleges it remains the same 36. When we talk about quantitative metrics from 99 to 79 for universities, from 98 to 72 for autonomous colleges, from 80 to 58 for UG colleges, the 60 for PG colleges. So the total metrics include both qualitative and quantitative metrics comes 115 for universities, 107 for autonomous colleges, 93 for UG college, and 96 for PG colleges. So another one important aspect in factor in paradigm shift in the assessment and administration process, the participation of students in committees, students and commissions. The participation of students in committees. In previous speaker has given a complete picture about the role of IQAC. In the internal quality assurance cell itself, the student participation is must. Okay, so as per the UGC guidelines, NAAC guidelines, the student should also enroll as a member in IQAC committee and the CTC college development committee and other committees, etc. Okay, so and another one thing, there should be active alumni in the assessment process. So that contribution is very, very important in assessment process. And the introduction of student satisfaction survey. Student satisfaction survey is the biggest instrument to measure the performance of the institution in the academic activities, particularly in teaching and learning. Okay, so its weightage also increased to 60 for autonomous colleges. And as I told you, the system there score, there is a pre-qualifier system. During the beginning process, only if the institution has a score minimum of 25%, it is eligible for submitting the SSR. And the previous speaker pointed out in his presentation, as IQAC coordinator, my humble request to all the IQAC coordinators, those who are in charges for going to submit the SSR for accreditation first time or subsequent cycles, you please prepare the SSR for the past 5 years, and then you can go for submission of IQAC. Okay, that is a very, very important thing. and 10% of during the student satisfaction survey, 10% of the students are expected to give a response, or under number of students, whichever is then 70% of all evaluation, because SSR doing SSR DDV process, after submitting the SSR, then DDV, the NAAC then DDV process by involving the DDV partner, third party. So from the online evaluation process, the quantitative metrics should come to 70% weightage. The remaining 30% from peer judgment during the peer team visit. So even before, as I told you, there are two manuals framed by NAAC, one for university, one for colleges. But now the NAAC has framed different manuals for measuring the aggregation of measuring for assessment and aggregating the different categories of colleges. Now university, in the universities, private, government, deemed universities, autonomous, affiliated, constituent, UG colleges, PG colleges. And now the latest information, last week, 24th January, NAAC has released, NAAC has developed one draft version of provisional aggregation manual. The NAAC has developed a manual for provisional aggregation for colleges. It has been uploaded in the NAAC website, and NAAC is conducting feedback from state-wise stakeholders. Okay, for getting feedback, and they are going to raise based on the NAAC National Educational Policy. So they are going to incorporate some metrics. They are going to change some procedure. Okay, in submitting the SSR. Okay, based on the NAAC. So this is a screenshot of a NAAC website. So as a NAAC, as a IQAC coordinator or in charge for submission of AQAR or NAAC in charge for going for aggregation, the particular person keep on touch with the NAAC website. You should regularly visit the NAAC website, because time to time they used to update the manuals, SOP, standard operating procedure, and other things. Okay, so the main thing is you have to identify the correct manual. Okay, there are many categories. Okay, universities, affiliated UG colleges, PG colleges, general institutions, health institutions, health science institutions, education institutions. So you have to identify and select and follow the correct format. Okay, so this is what about the overall picture of 7 criteria with the weightage. Okay, so I don't want to spend much more time to. So this is institutional aggregation process is there with weightage. So all of you may aware about this, but the main thing is institutions which is secure CGPA equal to or less than 1.5 CGPA are categorized under D grade. Okay, such unqualified institutions will also be implemented and notified by NAAC as assessed and found not qualified by aggregation. As far as my concern, among the 7 criteria, as far as my concern, with my best knowledge, criteria 2 and 5, criteria 2 and 5, teaching, learning and evaluation, criteria student support and collaboration. These 2 criteria are very important. They are going to play a very important role in getting higher grade, A or A plus or A double plus. So that is very important one. Okay, so this is previous speaker showed this slide. So as on 4th February, how many institutions are aggregated under A double plus A plus A, B double plus B plus. So you can visit your NAAC website and you can see these details. And eligibility for assessment and aggregation. So the institution should have a record of at least 2 batches of students graduated, or the institution in existence is at least for 6 years, whichever is earlier. Okay, and there are two categories of institutions, either cities, autonomous colleges, but all the institutions need to mandatorily upload the information on All India Survey on Higher Education. So before you go to register for application in NAAC website, the institution must register for the AISHA and upload the details for every year. Okay, in the AISHA portal. So AISHA portal is one of the requirements for registration. So after that, the institution is the identification of institution by NAAC is only based on AISHA code. Okay, AISHA code. The institution may apply for reassessment. If the institution want to go for reassessment, it will be the minimum of 1 year. Okay, after the minimum of 1 year is gets accredited, and before 3 years of accreditation. Okay, then for substitute status, the institution can submit IITA, but the IITA, the institution should submit IITA during the last 6 months of the validity period. But during the COVID pandemic, the NAAC has given some relaxation. Okay, so that is the NAAC has posted time to the notification in the website. This is a very important slide. Eligibility for applying autonomous. Once the institution gets accredited, whether my institution gets accredited with B plus grade, whether my institution is eligible for applying for autonomous. No, colleges whether either are self-financing are eligible provided they are under section 2F and 12B. So the 2F and 12B status given by UGC. Okay, so for giving the financial assistance to various institutions. Okay, so the college should have at least 10 years of existence. College must be accredited by either by NAAC with minimum year grade or by MBA for at least 3 programs with a minimum score of 675 individually. Okay, this is a very, very important one. Otherwise, the colleges accredited with a score of 3 and above up to 3.25 on the 4-point scale should be considered for grant of autonomous status with the on-site visit of the duty constituted expert committee. Duty constituted expert committee. This is another one eligibility criteria. Along this, the institution has a NAAC score of 3.26. And above up to 3.50 should be considered for one grant of autonomous status without on-site visit by the expert committee. Colleges with 3.51 and above in a 4-point scale, the minimum of 3 programs have been accredited with a minimum of 750 score. On the one side, the accreditation, the grade point is lower. At the same time, NAAC has given opportunity. The institution accredited the NBA, the minimum score of 750 individually. Okay, right. So if an autonomous college obtains a score of 3.5 or above, a minimum of 3 programs have been accredited by NBA with a minimum score of 750 individually. So this is eligible criteria for applying autonomous. So this is regarding 2F and 12B. So UGC provides financial assistance to eligible colleges which are included under section 2F and 12B. The institution got accredited with A or higher grade. Once you get the autonomous status, the institution compulsorily have the status of 2F and 12B. So this is a registration process. I don't like to go in depth here. The institution can register for NAAC first time. The institution is going to apply for NAAC accreditation first time. So this is IQAC application process. So these are the list of documents required for before the institution going to submit the IQAC. The institution make ready the necessary documents here. Okay, these are some listed documents which are required during the IQA submission. So this is this slide, this picture, this is also taken from NAAC website. You can also visit the NAAC website and see this process, assessment, accreditation, total process. The very important thing is, after submission of IQA, you have to wait for approval. After approval, after accepting the IQA, you have to submit the SSR. After submitting the SSR, you have to wait for getting approval. If your institution scores equal or above 25% system general score during DVE process, you can proceed further. Okay. So this is a timeline of accreditation process. IQA 15 days, after SSR within from approval of IQA 48 days, it will take 48 days. DVE and student satisfaction survey. This both process are done parallelly by NAAC, DVE and the student satisfaction process. Then PTV within 30 to 60 days. Then announcement of results within 30 days. So IQAC, role of IQAC, I am not going to spend much time for IQAC, the role of IQAC. The previous speaker has given a very good picture on the role of IQAC. So let me enter into our today's session. These are some quality indicators framework criteria. Curricular aspects, teaching, learning and evaluation. I am going to talk about 1 to 4 curricular aspects, teaching, learning and evaluation, research, innovations and extension, infrastructure and learning resources. So this is again the total distribution. So the requirements of quantitative metrics. There are 3 requirements. One is what the data you have to do the input as input, data input, metric input. Then another one is a data template. So the institution must follow the data template prescribed by the NAAC, and supporting documents is a very, very important one. If the institution cannot be able to upload beyond 5 MB of supporting documents, as our previous speaker pointed out in his presentation, the institution may provide all these support extra additional information in their website and provide the link in the SSR portal as well as AQAR portal. Okay, so this is DVE and regarding DVE and the SOB. So the institution has understanding the each and every metrics, the data submission of both quantitative and qualitative metrics, or the institution have upload relevant documents. Okay. Complete study about NAAC manual and guidelines. The institution must refer SOP. So there are many SOPs, standard of operating procedures given in the NAAC website for different colleges. Okay, autonomous, affiliated UG colleges, PG colleges, which is helpful in SSR submission and the DVE clarification. So this is this slide I give an example. This is a screenshot of SOP posted in NAAC website, standard operating procedure. For extended profile, because in SSR there are many parts. First part is profile of the institution, extended profile of the institution, then the first one is executing summary, then profile of the institution, extended profile of the institution, then sales report. So this is a metric-wise standard operating procedure SOP. Okay, this is one example. Metric 1.1, 1.3. In curricular aspects, first key indicator, curricular aspects. So the NAAC has given all the guidelines. Okay, you need not worry about that. You need not worry about what type of documents you have to upload and other things. Okay, everything is clearly indicated here. So unless you have to visit the NAAC website and check for the manual. Checking NAAC web portal dashboard, the institutional web portal dashboard, that is very, very important one. Check for the updation in the SSR AQR guidelines. The latest notification given by NAAC is the AQR submission of AQR is extended up to 31st March due to COVID pandemic. So go through the data templates given for each and every metrics, go through the SOPs. Okay, so this is one example for quantitative metrics. Okay. If you go to the SSR, say for example 1.2.2 percentage of programs, that is quantitative metrics. Okay, the formula is also given. Okay, I will explain later. This is example of quantitative metrics. So you have to just give the description up to the maximum of 500 words, but at the same time you have to upload the relevant files, adequate files. That is very, very important work. Okay, if it is beyond 500, you can go for additional information. So this is the slide regarding how to understand, how to clarify, how to understand the material very clearly. Okay. For example, average percentage of full-time teachers with PhD. Okay, average percentage of full-time teachers with PhD. Okay, and other qualifications, DM, MC, BMP, and other things. Okay, the question is average for the teachers having PhD. Okay, for the past 5 years. Say for example, in the year 2018-19, how many number of faculty members with qualification of PhD? That's all. Okay, it does not mean that the teachers awarded for PhD, because some institutions misunderstood the metrics. Okay, so you should understand very clearly. So what the question, what they ask, average percentage of full-time teachers. The teacher may have awarded PhD in the year 1995 or 1983. Okay, that is not an issue here. Because if you work as a full-time teacher in your institution during the year 1819, you can consider. Okay. So this is again SOP for data validation and verification. The guidelines is given. So the 7 steps to quality, the 7 criteria for quality assurance. So let me enter into the first criteria, curricular aspects. So as our previous speakers, Dr. Sivakrama pointed out in his presentation, there are 4 indicators, but 1.1 curriculum design and development applicable for university and autonomous colleges, not applicable for UG, PG colleges. But at the same time, curriculum planning and implementation, because affiliated colleges only follow curriculum syllabi by the affiliated university frame. Okay, so just they have to follow, but the curriculum planning, they have to plan by their work and implement by their how they plan the curriculum delivery. Okay, and implement the curriculum framed by the affiliated university. So that is applicable for UG, PG colleges. Then come to academic flexibility, curriculum enrichment, feedback system. Okay. So next criteria, teaching and learning evaluation. So all these things you are all aware, I think so. Research, innovation and extension. Infrastructure and learning resources, criteria 4. But this criteria, the total weightage is 100 points for all categories of colleges. Then student support and the correlation. Affiliated UG, PG, it is at 140 and 130 respectively. 100 points for universities and autonomous colleges. 6 criteria, governance, leadership and management. Equal weightage for all categories of colleges. Again, institutional values and the best practices. 3 key indicators, equal weightages. Okay, so let us enter into the curricular aspects. The curricular aspects, let us take autonomous college board institutions. Autonomous, now I am going to touch all the metrics for both institutions, academic and as well as academic colleges, affiliated colleges. Okay. So for curriculum planning and implementation, for affiliated colleges, how the institution is delivering the curriculum effectively, the curriculum framed by the affiliated college. How the institution adheres to its academic calendar for academic activities of each and every department, in department wise, institutional wise. How the faculties of academic, the affiliated colleges are part of, how the faculty participation in other activities outside the world, other activities. Okay. Similarly, curriculum design and development. We talk about autonomous college. It is a responsibility of autonomous college to design and frame their own curriculum and the syllabus. Okay, so there is a freedom being autonomous college. They are having academic freedom to design and develop their own curriculum and syllabus with their own credits, with some limitations. Okay, so this way it gives different metrics for different both autonomous and academic colleges. So let us talk about autonomous college. These are 1.1.1, the three metrics, and it comes under first key indicator, curriculum design and development. Curriculum development and implemented have relevance to the curriculum. Being autonomous institution, it is a responsibility of autonomous institution to develop and implement the curriculum with the relevance of local, regional and global, local, national, regional and global development needs, and also reflected in program outcomes. The whole program outcomes, program specific elements, I will explain later when we talk about the criteria, program outcomes, program specific outcomes as a criteria, and course outcomes. Okay, are the programs offered by the university. It is a quantitative metric. Okay, you have to give a description. How your as autonomous institution, how do you develop, how do you implement the curriculum and this salary? Okay, so it 20, it carries 20 points weightage. Then come to percentage of programs syllabus, quantitative metrics, percentage of programs where syllabus revision. Suppose you are an autonomous institution, you have 5 programs in mechanical, electrical, ECE and computer science engineering. Suppose you are in engineering college, or arts and science, BA, economics, BSc or some other programs. Okay, and if all the programs are subjected to revision of syllabus. Okay, the percentage of programs where syllabus revision out of 7 programs, say for example 7 programs, how many programs gets revised the syllabus revision? Okay, that is very, very important. How many programs are revised out of total number of programs happening during the last 5 years? You have to give the past 5 years. Okay, suppose you are going to apply first time for this year, this is academic year we are running 2021-22. For the past 5 years means the data for 2021, 19, 20, 18, 19, 2018, 19, 17, 18, 16, 17. Okay, so for the past 5 years, in each and every year, our programs were revised. The syllabus revised in programs. Okay, we have to do the details. Then average percentage of courses having focus. Okay, the program is BE Mechanical Engineering, BTech Information Technology, BA Economics. Okay, but the course means in Mechanical Engineering applied thermodynamics, manufacturing technology. Okay, this is so these are called as courses. Average percentage of courses having focus on employability. How many number of courses in your syllabus, the curriculum? Because curriculum is nothing but list of courses. How many courses focuses on employability, entrepreneurship, and skill development? Because the student has only 3 options after the completion of this graduation course. Okay, employment or to become an entrepreneur or to go for higher studies. Okay, for these 3 options, these 3 things are okay: employability, entrepreneurship, skill development. Okay, so this is also the quantitative metric. Okay, so when we talk about the autonomous institution should develop and implement the curriculum, outcome based, should be an outcome based curriculum. Being autonomous institution, the institution should define the learning outcomes. The institution should define the learning outcomes. So what is the learning? Specific intentions of the program. Okay, written in clear terms. Okay, it describes what the students should know. Okay, or interested or able to do after the graduation, learning outcome. Okay, then we talk about the course outcome. What should be the student able to do at the end of the course subject? Okay, so for example, after studying the subject applied thermodynamics, what the student can be able to do. Okay, that is a course outcome. Program outcome is also in general after the graduation in a particular program, mechanical engineering, civil engineering, or BA economics, or other any other programs. What should be the outcome. What should be the student able to what the student can able to get, okay, as expectation, okay, expectation. And program specific outcome in the program. There are many streams in mechanical means thermal engineering, CAD and other things. Okay, like that program specific outcomes. Program specific outcomes are framed with the specific subjects. Okay, then the graduate attributes plays a major role in mapping the course outcome and with the program outcome. Okay, graduate attributes is nothing but expertise attained by the graduate after the degree. So the graduate attributes act as a bridge between course outcome and the program outcomes. Okay, the very important thing is whether it is autonomous institution or affiliated institution, all the program outcomes, PSOs, COs would be uploaded on the institutional website separately, and the link must be given in SSR, or the institution is going to submit its AQAC, the link or a particular website link must be uploaded. Okay, when we talk about the curriculum, still we are in autonomous curriculum design and development, curriculum concepts, what is program, what is course. Okay, I think all of you are aware about what is program, what is course, what is program outcomes. I need not explain here. What are the core outcomes? What is credit? The credit system is a system that's why the NAAC focus on giving very important, more important weightage to charge-based credit system. Okay, each and every course has its own credit. Theory period of 1 hour per week, over a semester, 1 credit. 1 credit for tutorial period of 1 hour per week over a semester. But 1 practical period of 2 hours per week over a semester, okay, 1 credit. Okay, so this is a credit system. It may vary, depends upon the college to college, that is autonomous colleges. Okay, so when we talk about affiliated college, curriculum planning and development, implementation, the institution ensures effective curriculum delivery. Okay, through the well-planned documented process. Then 1.1.2 institutional academic calendar, 1.1.3 use the participation of faculty. Okay, we will see one by one. Institutional effective curriculum delivery through the academic calendar is a coordinated. You have to give a description as a affiliated university how your institution delivered and implemented the curriculum effectively. The curriculum is already, curriculum syllabus is framed by affiliated university. The affiliated institution, you cannot be able to design your own curriculum and syllabus. Okay, so even the add-on, if you ask, I will talk later about regarding add-on courses, certain courses. So this is also qualitative metrics. So up to 500 words, you have to clearly explain the process. Okay, this is an example. One example of effective curriculum delivery model. How the blended learning is implemented. This is one institution implemented blended learning. Okay, in the institution. So you have to explain each and every steps in learning. This is one model. This is another one model. Learner centered curriculum model. Okay, the affiliated university already framed the curriculum and syllabus. So how you as an affiliated institution, how you going to deliver and implement the curriculum? So that is what I explained to you. So this is our curriculum delivery model. So you can explain all these things. Similarly, many other models are available. Or the affiliated institution, they can have their own curriculum delivery model. Okay, you can explain. The institution administers to academic calendar, including for the conduct of continuous internal evaluation. This is very important qualitative metrics. It carries 5 marks for affiliated institution. Okay. So academic calendar. So the academic calendar reflects all the academic activities within timeline. Okay. So first thing, each and every department of even it is whether it is autonomous institution or affiliated institution, each and every department also devise framed academic calendar in line with the academic calendar of institution. Okay, the institution academic calendar comprising midterm examinations and other things, end semester examination date or other things, etc., etc. But based on that, the department should frame their own academic calendar by incorporating all the things, department meetings, guest lectures, symposium or curricular activities, co-curricular activities, extension activities supported by the departments. Okay, all these things should be indicated in department academic calendar. So both institutional wise, departmental wise, the academic calendar is very, very important one. Okay. There will be a sports annual calendar, NSS annual calendar. Some institutions may have a separate annual calendar for extension, different administrative heads, sports, NSS, ODRC, okay, other things. Some institutions they are comprising all these things in a single academic calendar. Okay, so the very important thing is once you have the academic calendar, you should upload, the institution upload the academic calendar in their website. Then give the website link in the SSR or AQAC. In SSR, the previous academic calendar of the link of the previous academic calendar will be uploaded. So what is CAE, continuous internal evaluation? All of you are aware about the regular exam system, unit tests, internal assessment tests, online tests, mini quizzes, classes, assignments, project assignments, practice exams, surprise tests. Okay, so the affiliated institutions you can have your own internal evaluation system, but the main internal assessment system for internal assessment and end semester examination should be followed by the guidelines given by the affiliated university or affiliated institution. So the concept of re-exam, open book exam, so these are the policy. So you have to give in a descriptive manner. Then come to 1.1.3 affiliated college, the participation of teachers. So how many teachers are participated in academic council or viewers of affiliated university? Anyone may ask at this juncture whether it is able to participate faculty of affiliated institution in other universities. Definitely, certainly possible, but only with you need to get approval from the affiliating university. Say for example, in our university, even before the autonomous status, many of our professors, even our respected principal, they acted as one of the member in board of studies. Okay, now it is become as a member in academic council, being autonomous institution. Okay, so you need to get the approval from affiliated university. Okay, otherwise setting of a question papers, that is a question paper setting panel, valuation panel, okay, all these things for UG and PG programs are acceptable. Design and development of curriculum for add-on certificate development process. Any faculty member in a committee of design and development of add-on process, certificate process, diploma process is OC, parent institution or any other affiliated institution. Assessment and evaluation process of the affiliating university, paper evaluation and other things. We choose all of the above with valid data, definitely you may get 100% score. But if you choose anything, you may get 75%. If you choose any two, you may get 50%. If you choose any one, 25%. But I am not sure if your institution chooses two, you will get 50%. It depends upon the data what you have uploaded. Okay, so this is also the quantitative metrics. Okay, carries a high weightage points. For each and everything, data templates I am not showing here. Showing the data templates for each and everything I will show at the end of the session. For each and every metrics, data template is available. So For this metric, number of teachers participated, name of the body in which full-time teacher participated, part-time teachers participation is not acceptable. Total number of teachers, this is very, very important. Okay, because some of the things actually were given in the extended project. Total number of students, total number of programs, total number of teachers, total number of teachers with the PhD. Okay, these are things we were already given in the extended profile. So what the data already were given in the extended profile, the same should be taken for the DVD process in SSR. Okay. So there may not be there should not be a deviation. Otherwise, during the DVD process, there will be many clarifications, many queries will be answered from NAAC side. Okay, that is very important. This is again SOP what I showed earlier. 1.1.3. So this is clearly mentioned by NAAC. Okay, what are the specific instructions to higher educational institutions? Okay, what are the documents needed? Okay, not to be included, not to be considered. Participation of the faculty in other than affiliating university, not to be included. Suppose I am working in Anna University affiliated institution. Suppose I am a member in US of other university, it should not be included. Okay. Then come to academic flexibility. There are three metrics. Percentage of programs in which choice-based credit system, rapid course system are implemented. Quantitative metrics. 1.2.2 number of programs. You will see one by one. Percentage of programs in which choice-based credit system. Suppose the institution has 5 programs: civil, mechanical, engineering, civil, mechanical, electrical, computer science, and electronics and communication system. So each of actually in these percentages definitely compulsory each and every program we have a choice-based credit system and the elective course system also. The students are allowed to choose their own choice, their own subjects, okay, from elective subjects, okay. So percentage of programs in which, suppose we have 5 programs, okay, name of all programs are adapting CBCS, okay, 5 programs are adapting CBCS, okay, then name of all programs are adapting the elective course system. You have to give the data. In each and every program, there has been elective courses, a professional elective course, open elective course, and other elective courses. Okay, so you have to give elaborately. Okay. That is, if you get the approval from your affiliated university, you will upload, you will get the minutes of the academic council or your studies meeting and upload in your SSR or AQR, whatever it is. Choice-based credit system. So to choose the interdisciplinary courses. Nowadays, the students are willing to have a curriculum of subject multidisciplinary curriculum. Okay. Say for example, our institutions, the Science Institute of Technology, these autonomous institutions bring a multidisciplinary curriculum equivalent to Indian as well as foreign reputed universities. Multidisciplinary curriculum. The student can be able to choose any subjects from other discipline. Okay, the civil student can be able to choose any one subject from mechanical or electrical. Okay, like this. To provide more flexibility for students in learning. To obtain credits by combining unique subject areas of another one thing at this juncture I want to say, the national education policy uniquely also focuses on these things. Academic, multiple entry, multiple exit, academic credit bands and other things. Okay, so the credit levels at one institution can be transferred to another institution. Okay, so these things are will be coming in future. Similarly, CBSE system, you are all aware about the core course. Okay, what is the core course? What are elective courses, discipline specific elective courses? The elective course pertaining to the discipline only, generic elective, open elective, the courses have other disciplines. Then private. Then ability and other than this ability enhancement courses, some institutions have ability enhancement compulsory courses, skill enhancement courses. Some institutions may have creditable courses, non-credited courses. So, for example, our institution is having Constitution of India in first semester, okay, for one program, in third semester for another program, in fifth semester for another program. Constitution of India, okay, you have our own syllabus, okay, topic content, academic content, Constitution of India, but no credit. Skill enhancement, there is another one course, ability enhancement course, but non with no credit. Okay, so this is autonomous. When we are talking about autonomous pertaining to academic flexibility, percentage of new courses introduced in affiliated, percentage of programs offered by CBCS and the courses. Here, for autonomous colleges, percentage of new courses introduced in the total number of courses. Again, is quantitative metrics contains 20 weightage formula, number of new courses introduced during the last 5 years. For each and every year, you have to give a list of courses. Suppose being an autonomous institution, you may introduce some courses in some program, computer science or electrical engineering. Okay, so the denominator may be number of courses offered during the last 5 years. Okay. That is very, very important. Here, the very important thing is, apart from the data complaint, you have to upload, you must upload the minutes of BO because of autonomous institution. You may have your own board of studies, academic council, finance committee, general council or general body, governing council or governing body. Okay. Some departments, some autonomous institutions, the departments of autonomous institutions, they may have DAB, Department Advisory Board, okay. Then PAC, Program Assessment Committee. The Program Assessment Committee comprises the senior faculties of department. The Department Advisory Board comprises the senior entire department, senior professors, and external members also in the department level. The affiliated institution may also have this kind of things, the Department Advisory Board, and you may have been approved from your affiliated university. Then very important, the number of add-on certificate programs. Okay, what is the difference between add-on programs, certificate programs, value-added courses? Okay, there are many questions arised here. Whether it is possible to offer add-on certificate courses programs in affiliated universities, certainly not, but you need to get approval from the affiliated university. Okay, in affiliated university, it is a quantitative metric, add-on or certificate programs. Okay. What is add-on? Courses are actually graduate level students also have the opportunity. It is equivalent to graduate, but other than the program to take advanced diploma add-on courses. Okay, the add-on courses or certificate courses should mainly focus on academic enrichment, skill development, and vocational or career orientation. That is a very, very important one. But value-added courses is different. Value-added courses should be conducted 30 hours. Okay, almost equal to 30 hours. The value-added courses can be repeated many times in the same year. The value-added courses, okay, can be repeatedly conducted in the same year. Okay, for different participants. Okay, but the add-on courses, certificate courses are not like that. Okay, 3 months, 6 months. Okay, so the duration is very, very important. Here I have given some example, add-on courses, certificate courses or aviation biology, or some affiliated institutions, they may get approval from affiliated university because they may have MOU with some third party organization, research organization or industries. Okay, the industry or the research organization offer add-on courses or certificate courses. In that cases, the affiliated institution need to get the approval from the affiliated university. Okay, that is very, very important. This is related to autonomous again. 1.2.2 quantitative metric, percentage of programs in which again charge based CTCS what I have discussed earlier for affiliated courses, the same thing. average percentage of students enrolled in certificate. These two are almost same. This is regarding what are all the programs, IAM program, what are all the IAM programs, certificate programs are conducted in your institution 1.2.2 to 1.2.3. How many students are participated? Okay, enrolled. So this is really also important. Quantitative metrics carries 10 points weightage. Okay, the formula is there, percentage per year, number of students divided by total number of students which you have already given the extended formula. Please remember here you should not give any other number. Okay, if you give any other number, you will be in trouble during the DEV process. Okay. So the template is combined with that side. The template is combined with 1.2.2 and 1.2.3. Okay. So you have to upload our files regarding the students, participants, attendance percentage, certificate, e-certificate, or scan copy of certificates, resource person details, so modules of and other things. Modules of the syllabus is here. Okay, you have to upload here. Students of participation, attendance certificates are here. Okay, we have to upload here. Let us come to the third key indicator, curriculum enrichment. The three indicators. Institution integrates cross-cutting issues relevant to how many courses in your curriculum. Okay, the curriculum is nothing but a list of courses. Okay, so how many courses they are integrates, they addresses the cross-cutting issues relevant to professional ethics, gender, human values, environment, and sustainability. With regard to affiliated college, you have to take the data from the curriculum and the syllabus of affiliated college. Because even in the curriculum and the syllabus of affiliated college, there may be a possibility there may be a room for integration of cross-cutting issues in relevant to professional ethics, all these things. Okay. But autonomous college, whenever you can have your own curriculum and the syllabus, you can upload any more information. Okay. Upload the list and the description of courses which address these cross-cutting issues. Average percentage of courses that include experiential learning. Okay, experiential learning through project work, field work, internship. This experiential learning, not only later we will discuss about experiential learning, participating learning. Okay, student-centered learning. What is experiential learning? Before that, what is experiential teaching? The experiential teaching strategies allow the students to become much more involved in the learning process. Okay, it can be very useful in teaching concepts, particularly in probability subjects. You can take mathematical subjects. The mathematical subjects, students feel very difficult to learn. Okay, so for this kind of subjects, the particular faculty member may use the technique of experiential teaching. For the experiential method for mathematical subjects that allow students to do, to see, or to have things happen to them. Okay, so this is all about experiential learning through project work, field work, internship during the last 5 years. So you can upload, this is also quantitative metrics. You can upload the data as per the data template. Apart from this, you have to upload the additional information. Syllabus of the courses and other things. Okay. So this is pertaining to autonomous 1.3.2 again. Number of value added courses. I already talked about value added courses. The value added courses with 30 or more contact hours. Number of times are offered during the same year. But the participants may be different. You can offer your own participants, your own students, or outside the participants. Okay. You can accept it. Right? Percentage of students undertaking the project work, field work, internship. Okay, this is also a quantitative metrics. So, how many number of students undertaking project work, field work, internship? This is a very, very important one. Okay, you can upload a list of programs. So the number of students undertaking project work, field work is not difficult. But internships, how many number of students underwent internships for the past 5 years? There are data for the latest completed account there. Here the metric is asked about the data for the latest completed. How many students are underwent internships? It's a very important one. If you give a false data, wrong if you manipulate this kind of data, definitely the NAAC will reject your admission process, and your institution will blacklisted. Okay, so we can see in our NAAC website some of the institutions are blacklisted by the NAAC for giving false information or manipulated data. Okay, that is not acceptable. So this is again for autonomous. Average percentage of students enrolled in the courses. Okay, average percentage of students enrolled in the courses. So for value of the courses. Okay, this is regarding whatever the value of courses we conducted. This is regarding how many students, number of students for the quantitative. Okay, for the past 5 years. So there is a formula here. 10% of students remain autonomous. Okay, the same thing. Number of students undertaking file. Okay, let us come to feedback system. There are two metrics. Institution attends feedback on the syllabus. Okay, the previous speaker, Dr. Nageswara also presented in his speech about the role of IQAC. How the IQAC do the feedback analysis. What is feedback system? How IQAC do the feedback analysis. Okay, so this thing the institution has to upload, because institution updates feedback on the syllabus and its transcription of the institution from the following stakeholders. The institution has to give the feedback, because feedback is, as I told you earlier, feedback is the biggest instrument to monitoring our performance, continuous performance. Okay, biggest instrument for improvement is the feedback. Okay, from all the side, the student, the institution has to get the feedback from all the stakeholders, including students, faculties, the employers, alumni. Okay, and other. So this is first metric. Then how institution getting feedback from our stakeholders, how it can be processed, how it can be analyzed, what is the action taken, how the action taken, and what is the outcome of the action taken. Okay, after taking the audio action, what is the outcome? All these things you need to upload as a descriptive manner. What are metrics are quantitative metrics, but in addition to give the numeric data, you can give a description. This is very, very important. Structured feedback for this is for autonomous. Structured feedback, the same thing. But here the main thing is, after getting feedback at the department level, whether it can be discussed. Okay, the institution level, whether it can be discussed. Okay, what is the outcome? What is the action taken? Okay, these are all many things which I addressed in the previous session by the previous speaker. Feedback process of the institution, the same as in the case of affiliated institution. But the weightage is 10 marks. So the feedback system includes regular feedback from all stakeholders. Recommendations should be put before various committees through IQAC. The IQAC plays a major role in getting feedback, okay, and giving an input to the entire institution. So action taken is very, very important. So let us come to the same criteria. These are the 7 key indicators. So this is weightage of distribution of weightages across key indicators, 7 key indicators, 9 quantitative metrics, 7 qualitative metrics. So this is a focus diversity of students, as our previous speaker told about the enrollment of students should address gender as well as social, and the mechanism of admission, and the rating of PO, PSO, COS, assessing the different learning abilities, teaching methods, practice, what are the different methods, the teaching methods, practices. Someone asked about the best practices in previous session. So regarding the best practices, your own institution, what you have practiced right from the admission till the assessment of the student. Okay, each and everything you may have your own practices that you give as a best practice. Okay, so you can go through other institutions websites and the NAAC websites, all these things. Use of technology in teaching and accrediting institutions. How far you use ICT tools in your teaching and after teaching, evaluation of students, teacher quality and the profile. Okay, methods and frequency of assessment of student satisfaction level. This is number one, average enrollment percentage for the past 5 years. How many students enrolled in our institution in program wise? This is a template. Okay, the template is given in Excel format. This is a formula. Total number of students admitted, numerator, denominator, total number of sanctioned seats that you have already entered in the extended profile. Okay, so that will be automatically taken by not during the DE process. So it is very, very important when you give the data. You should, excuse me. So I'm crossing my time. 2.1.2 average percentage of seats filled against seats reserved for various categories. Actually, this is for both institutions. Okay, affiliated after affiliated institution, affiliated university. Autonomous institution, based on the statutory regulatory bodies and affiliated university guidelines. How many number of seats earmarked for SC category, ST category, and OBC and other categories. And another part, how many seats are earmarked, how many students are enrolled. Okay, almost all these same. The learning levels very, very important. How the institution are assessing the learning levels of student. Okay, the learning levels and organizing special programs for different level learners. Different level learners means slow learners and advanced learners. There are two assessment: formative assessment, summative assessment. There are multiple strategies to assess the learning levels of students, which is shown in the right side. I'm showing in the right side. So, as a teacher, you should judge the student learning level in different three aspects: cognitive, psychomotor, and affective. And in the right side, you can see the different characteristics of slow learners to overcome this. The compensatory teaching and the remedial teaching are the remedial measures using different methods like demonstrating or teaching with pictures, films, videos, like experiences or way. Okay, and the use of activities and the techniques and the practices to eliminate weakness or deficiencies, to bring the slower learners to advanced learners, and involve use the advanced learners to improve the slow learners also. Okay, the role of a teacher while dealing with the advanced learners. So what about the advanced learners? You can allow different chance in participating in the seminar, symposium, and participating in other activities. Integration of another technological and information, so working together as a group. Accountability pace, you have to give a pace, you have to determine the prior knowledge, teaching creatively, independent learning objects, encouraging self-assessment. These are pertaining to advanced learners. Okay, for improving their learning level and skill. Okay. Student to full-time teacher ratio, SFR, quantitative metrics. Okay, this is very, very important one. The teacher employed at least 90% of the novel and saturated number of hours. Because you can take only the institution can take only full-time teacher, not part-time teacher. Okay, the part-time teacher are teachers eminent facility visiting faculties are not considerable. Okay, the full-time teachers are very, very important. Another one important, most important thing is this is a quantitative metric. The denominator is the denominator data is what we are already given in extended profile. Total number of students, total number of full-time teachers. Okay, So this is give suffer. So student-centric methods, as I told you earlier, experience learning, participating learning, problem solving, by giving field work, on-job training, role play. Okay, taking the students to industry visits, conducting work parliament, socio-economic surveys, research activities, practices, and participating learning, the peer teaching, active learning, group working, group discussion, cooperative. So through these things, you have to improve the learning level of the students. Okay, problem solving methods. There are many things, many approaches in problem solving method. You have to give many problems. You have to first divide your class students in groups. You have to give, you can give problems. You can ask the students to identify the problem, then analyze the problem, evaluate the problem, develop the plan for solving the problem, and implement the plan. Okay, like that. Then come to the teachers use ICT. So nowadays, without ICT tools and it looks like a bird without wings. Okay, because as we are in a pandemic period, most of the past 2 years, most of our teaching learning hours time is on online board. Okay, so the teachers are forced into it's the need of the time for using ICT tools, learning management system, Moodles. The institution has its own Moodle, or the faculty member has his own Moodle platform. Okay, the institution has its own YouTube, faculty's own YouTubes, Google Classroom, internet supported learning, virtual laboratory, open educational resources, infinite network blocks. I mean, yes, the teachers are working their own blocks like Moodle and Moodle system. In your blog, you can also create your own blog and you can upload supporting materials and other things which can be helpful for students. Okay, so ICT enabled tools is a very important thing. So this is regarding the experiential learning. So rather than just chalk and talk, you can give experiential learning, hands-on training, demonstration, project work, case studies, okay, and other things. Ratio of mentor to students, academic and other mentor, simply speaking mentor, how many of your full-time teachers, how many of these all things data you are already given in extended profile. Okay, so here you should not give any other data. But you can give the list of mentors, department wise, how many mentees are allocated to mentors. It should be sanctioned by the department level, then it should be taken to the end of the institution, signed by the principal. Okay, so these are all the documents you have to upload. So this is for autonomous preparation and adherence of academic calendar and the teaching classes. The same thing. But the weightage is 10 points. Here you go as an autonomous institution, 500 words is not important. In 500 words, how far you give data, okay, how your data, in what way you give the data. That is very important. Academic calendar, teaching plans, lesson plan, course plan, and other things. So the quality of data is very, very important. Average percentage of this is in both institutions, 20/10, because 20 affiliated colleges, 10 autonomous colleges, average percentage of full-time teachers, sanctioned posts. How many sanctioned posts are full-time teachers? How many teachers appointed? Okay, so you have to give the appointment letters with the Aadhaar card number, PAN card number, and all other things. Okay, this is a data template for next average percentage. This is the same average percentage of full-time teachers data template. So here you have to fill the full-time teachers only. Full-time teacher last 5 years. For example, 2016-17, 123 teachers were working. You have to fill. Okay, 123. For year 17-18, 143. Okay, you have to fill. Average percentage of full-time teachers with PhD. So this is how I explained earlier. as a model, average percentage of full-time teachers with PhD. Okay, whether they awarded PhD in any long ago, but that is not we don't bother about that. In particular here, for example, something related, how many full-time teachers qualified with PhD. Okay, same institution, full-time teachers, same institution. 20 points for affiliated, 15 points for autonomous. Here you have to upload experience certificate, other things, average teaching experience of full-time teachers in the same institution, their data template, mechanism of internal assessment or mechanism of internal assessment, transparent, robust affiliated. As an affiliated institution, you have to follow the guidelines of affiliated university, planning of examination, academic calendar, and all these things you have to give as a qualitative, as a description. This is for autonomous. The same they give autonomous. Average number of days from the data of last semester. Academic schedule. Academic schedule. Okay. When will you last semester begin? When will you last semester end? For similarly for even semester and other things. Mechanism to deal with internal external examination related grievances. Okay, autonomous institution you can give many things, revaluation, review process, even it is available for affiliated institution. But in some autonomous institution they can have one internal and external examination grievances mechanism of grievances, getting grievances from students. Okay, so you have to upload all these things. This is for autonomous. So IT integration and the reforms in the examination procedure, internal assessment, the CIA or CIE, whatever it is. Okay, examination management is the same. So how the institution conducts examination, what is the procedure? So this is regarding course outcomes for all programs. So what is the course outcome, programs outcome? These things are the learning outcomes we have already explained earlier. This is for affiliated college. Students and teachers should aware the program outcome, course outcome. That's why the institution should designate the program outcomes, PO, PSO, COs, to teachers, all stakeholders, not only teachers and students, all stakeholders. You may display in your classroom, notice board, department notice board, anywhere by the website. Okay. So this is attainment of a program outcome. Due to time constraint, I don't want to go in depth how to attain the program outcomes. So these slides regarding the attainment of program outcomes, CO, by CO, PO mapping, how to right from how to framing the COs. Okay. How to framing the COs, how to framing the POs. The PO is already the affiliated institution already framed by the statutory bodies. Okay, POs, CO PO mapping, here the CO PO mapping, and what is the outcome of the CO PO mapping? How the CO is measured from the course outcome is the CO is measured. So what are the tools for calculating the attainment of attainment level, direct attainment, indirect attainment? So this is direct assessment and indirect assessment. So these Excel sheets are used to calculate the attainment level. This is model of the question paper. From this question paper, we can be able to calculate the attainment of a CO level, then attainment of a PO. So this is the average of course outcomes. This is another one assessment tool assignment, the distribution of the course outcomes. So the total attainment of course outcomes. Okay, right. This is a pass percentage of students academic year. Okay, this will be 30 marks for affiliated, 20 marks for autonomous, because autonomous having own evaluation system. Okay, but the affiliated institutions, only affiliated university evaluate the end semester examination and publish the results. Even the results by autonomous institutions also are published by autonomous, affiliated universities. Number of students passed. All this is last one 2 years of student satisfaction survey. Student satisfaction survey, very important, very important student satisfaction survey. So that it has been explained very clearly in previous section. So I don't like to spend too much time. There are 20 objective questions, 1 subjective questions. The format is available in NAAC website. This is a procedure for conducting. First time the NAAC will conduct a student satisfaction survey. You have to upload at least 50% of your total number of students to the NAAC website. Okay. From the second time, you can conduct by your work. The institution can conduct its own student satisfaction survey. But the question is, the institution wants to modify slightly based on the NAAC questionnaire, it's okay. It is acceptable. So this is a poster framed by NAAC and it is available on our NAAC's website. Actually, the institutions have to display this poster in the notice board. It has to motivate the students to give the feedback. Okay. So this is a NAAC web portal. In your institution NAAC web portal, you can see the process of student satisfaction, status of student satisfaction survey response. So actually, this is our institution web portal. When we applied for first time NAAC in the year 2018. Minimum 10% or 100% is enough. But our institution, we have scored 72.4% students respond. So we have got a full marks in student satisfaction survey. But the student satisfaction survey, the points given not only for the number of respondents, the feedback also. Based on the students' feedback also, let's come to the criteria, the 7 criteria. Seven key indicators. 7 key indicators, out of which 2 indicators are not applicable for 3 indicators not applicable for UG/PG colleges. That is promotion of research and facilities, grants received from government and non-governmental agencies, all things you have to, this is a data template, you have to, this is a qualitative material, you have to give the data, but you have to upload the description. Okay, you have to upload the description. I think this is a product, right. Grants received, e-copies, letters received from funding agencies, all these things. 3.1.1, qualitative material for autonomous. So the institution should have a research cell or research colloquium. Okay, what are the objectives? Research awards. I have to upload all these things. Research incentives. Collaborative research project. Minutes of governing council. If it is your autonomous institution, what is the minute regarding this research facilities? Okay, so you can upload the minutes of MOM. Governing council, academic council, and other things. Actually, this is 3.1.2. This is this also qualitative metrics. 3.1.2 is optional metric. That is, you can the affiliated institution can opt out this metric. Okay, UG/PG colleges. Percentage of the departments having research projects. This is institution level. This is a department level. How many projects is funded in a particular year for the past 5 years. This is also for autonomous. Quantitative metrics carries 8 points. This is faculty, sanction letters, and other things. This is also optional metrics for UG affiliated colleges. Number of seminars, conference, workshops conducted. So you can upload the documents pertaining to seminars, photos for the students' participation, attendance, resource person profile, and the certificates and other things, all things. This is 3.1.3 quantitative metrics of autonomous institution. List of teachers who have received awards, e-copies of award letters from funding teachers to teachers, funding agencies to teachers, awards without any financial support. The best teacher award certificate appreciation should not be included, should not be considered. Only with regard to research studies, research practices. List of grants received. This actually here I combined the three metrics 3.2.1, 2.2, 2.4 for autonomous institution. All are quantitative metrics. List of grants for research projects received. Nature of award agency. All the details you can upload. This is a quantitative metrics. So I am showing the formula also. This is one of the quantitative metrics for affiliated. Number of papers published per teacher. And the previous speaker told that the publication, the teacher should publish at least 2 to 3 papers. At least 5 to 6 papers is very much enough for NAAC run. But in the 5 papers, 6 papers, maybe 2 papers, maybe UGC papers, 2 papers, maybe Scopus, 1 or 2 papers from CA, not CA. UGC, publishing UGC is very easy. You can publish your students' project also into UGC or Scopus. Okay, that is our institution has a concept of project to publication, then project to patent, then project to product, project to publication, project to patent, project to product. So we are implementing and following this concept in our institution. We have the opt-out metrics, optional metrics, quantitative metrics, number of books and chapters, edited volumes, books published and papers published in international conference proceedings of your teachers. Okay, PG colleges. Percentage of teachers recognized research base. How many teachers and PhD? Okay, how many teachers the PhD as recognized and research base in affiliated university? That is very important. Optional metrics. Okay. This is an optional metrics for autonomous institution. Extension activities are carried out for here. I would like to say for affiliated institution, if your program, any department is research recognition center status, you can have a supervision with the affiliated university. Extension activities, IQAC, NSS, Swachh Bharat, UBA, Unnat Abhiyan, all these things. Optional metrics for PG colleges. Quantitatively, you have to upload the file description. This is very important. I create an ecosystem for innovation and creation, transfer knowledge. So what is the research infrastructure in the institution? Seed funding details, funding to faculty members and other things. Number of workshops seminars conducted on IPR, intellectual property rights. Okay, institution may conduct many variety of webinar, workshop, seminars, but how many programs pertaining to intellectual property rights? That is optional metrics for autonomous institution. Quantitative metrics, you have to upload all the details. This is another one optional metrics for UG college. Number of awards and the recognitions received by extension activity through NSS Best NSS Officer Award, Best NSS Volunteer Award. Many things are available. Optional metrics. Number of extension and outreach programs. How many programs you conducted through extension activities, and what is the impact in the society? What is the outreach programs? What is the impact of the programs in the society? Then 3.3.4 average percentage of students participating in extension activities. So this is regarding the number of students participation. Okay. So you can give a very clear data, current data. So no manipulation. Okay, you can upload all the proofs. Institution ensures implementation of its stated core ethics. This should be available in your institution website. This is especially for autonomous quantitative ethics, inclusion of research ethics. This is a policy framed by the institution. The institution has several collaborators for faculty exchange, that is MOUs, or industry institute partnership. This is the optional metrics, quantitative metrics for UG/PG colleges. How many number of functional MOUs with the functional MOUs? Very important. You can upload activities pertaining to MOUs. Okay. After sending the MOU, what are the activities carried out? Both institution as well as the side industry. Okay. The exchange of information, exchange of expectation, all these things you have to upload. This is our optional metrics, quantitative metrics. Number of PhD is registered per teacher. This is autonomous institution, registered per teacher. Okay. Only if a teacher, if a supervisor is working as a full-time teacher in your institution, okay. If the number of staff, any number of research scholars registered under your full-time faculty teacher, it is only considered acceptable. Number of research papers per teacher in the journals. So previous speakers talked about that, but here the quantitative metrics for autonomous institution. For autonomous institution, similarly books and chapters. Information actually, that's due to time concerned, I am not able to explain in detail. The formula is given, but for autonomous colleges, there will be a facility for infinite information availability in network. So through the DVV process, data validation and verification process done through infinite. Okay, whatever the data you have uploaded, the NAAC will be verified this metric data through capture the data, retrieve the data from the infinite. Okay, and it shows in your NAAC portal, institution portal. You can access the portal and you can see the data. Any clarification, you can raise the queries to the NAAC. At the same time, the NAAC also will raise the queries to you to the institution if you any data deviation. The very important thing is all of you will aware about that. The paper published, the paper is affiliated with only affiliated with our institution, whether it is affiliated or autonomous. Then only we will consider only. So this is a NAAC website portal, not applicable for affiliated UG/PG colleges at present, but in future maybe. Some institutions may have a Scopus username ID. Okay, so they have username and ID. They are continuously monitored the Scopus database. Whenever any faculty or any student publishes the paper affiliated with the institution, immediately the IR will come to the registered mail ID. Okay, so you can easily or as IQAC coordinator or the particular faculty in charge to retrieve the data, to collect the data. Okay, so these are all steps in the way that data collection. This is especially the process indicates the bibliometric or autonomous. This is revenue generated from consultancy. We are talking about so far Saraswati. So Saraswati, the goddess pertaining to education. But not only Saraswati, we have to praise for Lakshmi, goddess of Lakshmi also, very important. That is revenue generation through consultancy and corporate. Some institutions, consultancy are corporate training. Some institutions are giving some training to some corporate TCS. Some universities or autonomous institutions who are giving training weekend days, weekend days. so TCS or some other corporations. Okay, so the revenue generated through but the revenue generated through the facilities. NEET exam, conducting NEET examination, conducting any other national, international examination using our facility, some organization give some amount, but it should not be considered. Okay, consultancy fee from any sister institution, sale does not be considered, by our use of facilities not considered. This is a total amount spent on developing facilities, training teachers and the staff. Here, audited statement is very important. Here, okay, but the audited statement comes to 100 to 200 pages. It is not necessary. Just you have to upload abstract of the page in your SSR or IQAC portal. But you have to upload all the pages in website. Some institutions do not want to disclose everything mandatory. So you can upload the abstract of your audited statement, extension activities, blood donation camp regarding health awareness, Swachh Bharat, anti-drug. So here this is a qualitative metrics. How far you will give a description, that is very, very important in the last 5 years. Number of hours of the recognition for the teachers and the students. Here you can give the best teacher, best principal, best HOD and other things. For faculty, those faculties as well as the students, and through extension activities. Okay, right, extension activities, not best teacher. Award to the institution, teachers, students for extension activities only need to be considered. The best teacher and other things are very discussed in the first area. So number of extension and outreach again we already discussed. Participating in the extension and number of students, because I am focusing on both autonomous and as well as UG colleges, number of collaborative activities, number of functional MOUs, again. Okay, just madam, I will take 5 minutes for this criteria, infrastructure and learning resources. Hello? Already I'm crossing the limit.
Yes, sir.
Just 5 minutes.
Yes, sir, you can carry on.
Okay, thank you, madam. Thank you, very sorry. These are 4 key indicators pertaining to criteria for infrastructure and learning resources. But the weightage is equally contributed to various categories. One infrastructure is important. Physical facilities, classrooms, smart classrooms, buildings, laboratories, because it speaks only the performance of the infrastructure, speaks only the performance of overall performance of the institution. Okay, so the infrastructure, this infrastructure can help run an institutional program effectively and efficiently. It must have working policy and procedure. So you have to upload that working policy and the procedure in the criteria 4. So ICT consists of hardware, software, networks and media for the collection and storage and processing, transmission and the presentation of information, the data, voice, data, text, image-wise, as well as related services. Okay, so the website of colleges is a unique online identity. So whenever the BBB is a third party, the BBB partner verifies all the sources for validation and verification for the data. One of the sources is your website. Okay, so that's why I insist here the website of college, the college website should be effectively, should be give everything in a very clear manner. Okay, so the physical facilities like classroom, smart classroom, or smart classroom. Here before we call it a smart classroom, the classroom with the LCD projector is a smart classroom, but it is not like a smart classroom in the present days. Smart classroom with the hardware and the software, internet facility, remote access capabilities, live streaming, with live streaming, lecture capturing system LCS, AI, artificial intelligence enabled system. So all these things provided in the classroom. In the smart board, with the smart board, generally we call it as a smart classroom. And the other one thing I would like to point out here, it is not necessary to have each and every classroom as a small classroom. Okay, for 1 year, in the second year of the mechanical engineering, say for example, 3 classrooms. Out of 3 classrooms, 1 will be a small classroom. Okay, that is enough. So there's learning support facilities, what are the facilities available, library and information resources, computing and IT facilities, well equipped laboratories. Suppose, say for example, industry linked laboratories, you may have some institutions may have industry linked laboratories, seminar conference halls, auditoriums, hostel, electrical center, canteen, other unique facilities. Maybe it should be highlighted. Okay, so these are physical facilities. These are supporting facilities. These are also physical facilities. Hostel, electrical center, canteen, medical center, sports. So you have to give the details for all the institution, if an institution have these all supporting details, you have to capture the data, a very clear data with the geo-tagged photographs. With the geo-tagged photographs. That is really important. Okay, these are the general documentation required for criteria for due to time constraint. I restrict myself here. This is a general documentation, master plan, concepting plan of the institution, summary of classrooms with all attributes. Attributes means the size and other things, details of laboratories and details of library, ILMS, integrated library management systems, hardware availability, summary of recreational sports facilities, recent augmentation, recent developed facilities, summary of the safety and the security measures of higher safety, okay, building safety, and other budgets, invoice, orders. So these are all necessary for criteria 4 with geo-tagged photographs for all facilities. Okay, focus on factors to be considered, focus on adequacy, relevance, and the optimal use. So whenever we talk about physical facilities, we should focus on adequacy, relevance, and the optimal use. So our input should be focused on adequacy, relevance, and the optimal. So with quantitative numeric information, if the numeric information is very low, give it is a percentage. Okay, so user capacity, if you mention the auditorium, what's the capacity of the auditorium? In our institution, we have a very big auditorium with a capacity of 6,000 students. Okay, so in case you should mention the capacity. Show a sponsored facility. Some laboratories you may have industry linked laboratories. Okay, industry linked center of excellence. Okay, so you may show the facilities also. Otherwise, the achievements through the physical facilities, what are the achievements? Various policies, working policies, procedures, the short list. Okay, so 4 indicators. Physical, we already explained. I have given overall, this is the qualitative metric. 5 points for applicators, 6 points for others. We have to give a complete description of playground or other things, all other things. Okay, supporting facilities. Because cultural activities, yoga, games, sports, these are supporting facilities. So we have to give the additional information. This is one among all quantitative metrics, 5 is percentage of classrooms. Already we have given the total number of classrooms in extended profile. So be careful when you give the data. Learning management system, all of you are aware about the learning management system. I am not going to go in depth due to time constraint. This is expenditure for infrastructure. This is optional metrics for UG, PG, both autonomous colleges also. Expenditure for infrastructure augmentation, excluding salary. Okay, that is very, very important. You may give a description also, which includes these things. ILMS changes, updates, upgradation, version. Library is automated machine, whether in the library institution, library as ILMS, as ILMS, you have to give data. Library portal, new counter must have new counter. How many viewers are there? That is count view counts, software license purchase and other things, validity. So the institution has suspension of e-journals, social news, so that you have to tick, you have to select the options. Whether you have whatever you have facilities, you can upload the screenshots of all available options. So you can upload orders, purchase receipts, bills for annual expenditure. This is another one quantitative metric. Both institutions affiliated and autonomous. Percentage per day usage of library, very important quantitative data. Total number of teachers is already given in the external profile. Okay, so you keep it in mind regarding the denominator. Number of teachers and students using library per day. Means the teachers or students can access to know report from departments, so you can also take it into the consideration. Institution frequently updates lighting facilities, very important. So what is the bandwidth of your Wi-Fi, cyber security, and what is the budget allocated? So 8 points autonomous, 5 points for NGPG, 8 points for autonomous. So this is the student number, total number of computers. You can take all computers, one system in computer, actually taking one system in office, there are 10 systems in office. So total number of computers, okay, you can give the data, but you can upload the invoice, bill and other photographs of computer labs, sessions, okay, that is very important thing. Total number of students already we are doing external profile. Quantitative metrics, 10 for affiliated, 8 for autonomous. Bandwidth of internet connection in the institution, quantitative metrics. So you can choose the option A, B, C, D, E. Okay, according to that, the scoring given by the NAAC. So this is e-content development. Upload images, screens, orders, purchases, autonomous, which is autonomous for autonomous only. E-content. You can upload facilities available. If your institution has media center, you can have a lecture category system or initially every course subject. Okay. Audio visual center, media center. Okay, you can upload all the details. Quantitative metrics of 4 weightages. Autonomous only. Average percentage of expenditure included on maintenance and infrastructure. Both institutions carries 10 points. It is optional metrics. Optional metrics. You can opt out. The institution can opt out. The same thing. Then the procedure. It is an established system and the procedure for maintaining and utilizing the physical, academic and the support facilities. And each and every these 3 things you have to institution has to frame the policy, maintenance of policy. So you have to give a very clear policy. You have to upload the policy. So this is an optional metrics. This is regarding an optional metrics. So maximum weightage of metrics that can be opted out should not exceed 30. Here before it is 50%. Now it is reduced to 30. That is up to from 5% to 3%. Okay. Here before metrics the maximum of total weightage is 20 weightage. 20 weightage. But now it is reduced to 10 weightage per criteria. But all the metrics in criteria 1, 2 and 7 are essential. As I explained earlier in the first slide, essential metrics are you must not opt out any metrics from criteria 1, 2 and 7. Okay, none of the metrics in these criteria can be opted out. Similarly, quantitative metrics should not be opted out. Okay, so these are some procedures. This is also available in our NAAC. Okay, NAAC website. Okay. So this is all. I am very, very sorry to limit crossing my time because I have to cover almost all the metrics in all 4 criteria.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you for your valuable ideas and suggestions regarding the qualitative and quantitative metrics of criteria 1 to 5. Thank you for accepting our invite.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Next, I would like to invite Ms. M.I. Anju, Assistant Professor of PC Department, to give a brief introduction of our next speaker. Anju, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes. Good afternoon, all. Profile Dr. B. Sundarambal. Dr. B. Sundarambal completed her BE from Sri Krishna College of Engineering and Technology,
Formerly, VLB Janaki Ammal College of Engineering and Technology, Coimbatore in the year 1997, and Master's degree in Computer Science and Engineering from Sona College of Technology in the year 2006. She completed her doctorate from Anna University in the field of computational intelligence. She has more than 22 years of experience. She is currently holding the position as Professor and Head, Department of Computer Science and Engineering at Chennai Institute of Technology. She has published more than 14 research papers in referred journals and conferences and holds 6 patents. She is the reviewer for reputed international journals. She is the Institute level NAAC coordinator and NBA coordinator. She is also a member of ISTE and CSI. Thank you. Welcome, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Anju ma'am. Murli sir, could you please stop sharing your screen, sir?
Yeah, meanwhile, let me thank Vice Chairman Newton Shri Bhavani Group of Institutions, Principal Dr. T. Saravanan, and IQAC Coordinator Dr. G. Durga Devi ma'am for providing me this opportunity. And because of this, it's really nice presentations today by Dr. Shiva Perumal, Nageshwara Rao, and Dr. Murali recently. 1 second, let me share my screen. Is my screen visible?
Your screen is visible.
Is my audio is clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Audio is also.
Okay. So, since many of our previous speakers gave wide introduction about all these quantitative and qualitative parameters, where it is lying, and what are the parameters which is actually coming in affiliated colleges and in autonomous institutions or universities, and directly now, as again to cut short my time, directly I am entering into criteria 5, which deals with student support and progression. Honestly speaking, I am a criterion 1 in charge in our institution, but we had discussion with all the criterion in charges, and I have awareness on all the other criteria too. That's why I'm able to give some glimpse about the other criteria too. So coming to this student support and progression, this deals with the supports, the facilities which we are providing to the students. Like what are the percentage of students benefited by scholarships and free ships provided by the government during last year. So in this metric, we are covering almost all the scholarships like BC, MBC, SC, ST, and postgraduate scholarships. All these schemes we are covering here. And like normally we are applying all the scholarships and we are getting back the document from the government. Those we are uploading here as an additional document. And the next metric is, apart from the government and what all other institutions they are coming forward to help the students to continue their studies. Like we have got our own policy document here. We can fix some 180 to 190 cutoff, we can give some 50% scholarship, and more than 190 we can give even full scholarship. So we have got some policy document here that differ from institution to institution. So frame the policy document first in consultation with the management, then we are giving all the scholarships, and all these has to be come into account of our finance transactions. So audit statement is required for all these things. So these are all the documents which we are in need to upload this particular metric. again, percentage of students, normally when we refer the institutions who have come up with some A++ and all, like it has to be more than 50% of students must be benefited because of this. So that's how our policy document must be. So at least it's not about the amount. Here we are talking about the total number of students benefited by scholarship. So normally a care must be taken in to see almost 50% of the students are benefited by this scheme. Next quantitative metric is capacity building and skills enhancement initiatives. And again, under this, we have some different categories like soft skills, language and communication skills, some life skill programs, and ICT computing skills. And you see to that at least 2 programs has been organized under these category. Soft skills, like you can include all the training activities which we are organizing for the students, so that we can include here. And for language and communication skills, like normally we are organizing many communication oriented skills, like with that can be a Japanese or German language also. Like we are giving a training on Japanese and German language and all. So here I am taking our institution, Chennai Institute of Technology, as a case study, and I am giving you some details based on that. So, and apart from this, normally since many of the students are from rural sector, like we used to give some English communication too. So all these programs we can include here, and life skills, as it is self-explanatory, and computing skills, and we are giving many skill-oriented programs on all the programming languages like Python, Java, C, C++. Those coding knowledges we are giving continuously. That will definitely help the students to get placements. So all such activities can be taken here. And for whatever maybe the activity which you are taking, like you need to have a brochure and the students' attendance and the certificate which we are giving for the student. All these documents are very much required for uploading. Otherwise, an attendance of the students, otherwise we cannot claim this as an activity. So we need to take care, like what is the activity report of this particular event, and how many students have benefited out of this event. And we need to give some proof also, like because of this languages training, like one student got placed in this international company and all. So and we need to produce some outcome of the training activities which we are handling here. So average percentage of students benefited by guidance for competitive exams and career counseling offered by the institution. And so recently, the aspiration towards higher studies has drastically come down. So that's why, like for GRE, TOEFL, and GATE, for that continuously we need to have some awareness programs, and we need to tell the students the benefits of pursuing higher studies and all, and other even though but actually we opted out this metric, and we don't have count here, but even then we are taking some initiatives, and because of that students are attending. But we have another metric, like how many students are qualified out of these programs which we have taken. In that we are not able to get good number. So in almost all the institutions throughout Tamil Nadu, the aspirations towards the higher education, well, it has come down. So we need to continuously give some awareness programs on the pursuing higher studies and all. And for career counseling separately, again, I am telling from our college point of view, like we are conducting one program called Career Compass, wherein we are inviting the project managers, HR people from many institutions, and we will be guiding the students like how they can improve in their particular domain, and and what are the expectations from the corporate sector, and all these things. Regularly we are having some programs so that the students will be benefited out of that. So such kind of, again, for all the events which we are having, the documentation is very much prepared, and that we need to upload here. So number of students benefited. So here the benefited is only the participation count. And the institution has a transparent mechanism for timely redressal of student grievances, including sexual harassment and ragging cases. So here, like as we all the institutions have some committees grievance redressal cell. In addition to that, internal compliance cell, women empowerment cell, sexual harassment cell, and anti-ragging committee. So for that, regularly we need to have some meetings, and whenever there is a problem, and students must be aware of posting complaints openly at some public place. Like we can have some something like a suggestion box, and they can post some complaints, and so at every periodic interval, like the meeting will be happening, and we need to address the grievances which have been posted by the students. So that posting the complaint can be both in the online and the offline mode. That we need to take care of. So that's what, like the minutes of the meeting is required, and this is even required to be uploaded in institutional website also. So and again, it is self-explanatory. Percentage of placement of outgoing students during the last 5 years. And percentage of students progressing to higher education. That's what, like as we discussed about the programs which you have organized, the number of programs you have organized, and what are the total number of students benefited out of those competitive exam awareness programs. And here, like how many students qualified in that. So we need to have, for example, if we take GATE, and we need to come up with a GATE scorecard and all. Only then that student will be taken into account. So how many students are qualified and how many appeared for that. And again, we opted out this also. And what are the number of awards, medals for performance in sports, cultural activities at state level, national level, international level. And normally, like if we have one event, under one event, we can have many activities, singing is a part of that event, and similarly, some drawing competition can also be a part of that event, and don't count that as two separate activities. So you just plan accordingly. So such that, so here I need to talk about the medals in other institutions. Okay, so number of awards, medals, like what are the prizes students have won in various activities in sports, and so Anna University zonal meet, like that. So what are all the various awards the students have got, that we need to upload here. And next metric is a qualitative metric, wherein we focused on like students' representation and engagement in various administrative, co-curricular and extracurricular activities. Like for that, we have various professional bodies like CSI, IST, SAE. So, and we need to have the various professional body from different departments, right? And and various clubs, like what all the various other clubs the students are organizing. Totally, the students need to organize all the events there, and their participation is very much required. So that data we need to give here. Even I'll show that screen also. One second. Is this screen visible now? I'll switch to another screen.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, it's visible now.
Okay. So I have taken our institution as one example, like what are the number of awards. So this may be from many competitions like this. So you just you have some good number of counts like this. So we need to motivate the students to take part in various activities, and they have to come up with some prizes. So this mentor-mentee relationship plays a major role here, and it's always the mentor is asked to give some improvements about the students. Like 1:15 ratio is working fine quietly, and we need to encourage or motivate the students to take part in various events like this, and we need to mentor them properly so that they are cracking the prizes. So in that way the prizes is improved here, like number of students won prizes in co-curricular activities, extracurricular activities, and sports activities. And in curricular, like university rank holders, who are the university rank holders here. And the one student has come up with some good number of publications. And the students' participation in various professional bodies like CSI, IEEE, SAE, and various committees like IQAC. And so students plays a major role in all these committees. Apart from that, some administrative committee, academic committee, sports committee, cultural committee. And 5 also deals with alumni. Like we need to have a alumni association, and regularly we need to have a meeting with them, and they must contribute some finance to the institution. And apart from the finance, we are asking actually even during this pandemic period, regularly we are in touch with the students who passed out, and they gave good guidelines to their juniors, like what are all the training activities they have to undergo, so that many students have come up with even 28 lakhs per annum. So in that way, they have come up in their life. So they will guide the students properly, like what are all the activities they need to undergo, so that they will come up with a good placement record. Okay. This is about criteria 5, average number of sports and cultural events, registered alumni association. And you see that the amount contribution must exceed 5 lakhs. But during the visit, like they are commenting this 5 lakhs is very minimum amount, but self-financing institution, the institution which are started very recently, they can come up only with that amount. So recently our students are getting placed in various good reputed companies, and they will take some time to donate amount to our institution. So in that way, we need to project. And governance of the institution. So in this criteria, many metrics or qualitative metrics. I'll just give an idea about that also. So what are the vision and mission of the institution? So you have your own vision and mission, and how you are approaching, what are all the various bodies that are supporting to attain those vision and mission of the institutions, like what are the contribution you are having towards your academic side and towards industry interactions and research activities. So we have various bodies like this. They are contributing, and ultimately, like governing council is a regulatory authority who is giving approval for all the activities which we are undertaking in our institutions. So like this is how we are governing the activities which is happening in our institutions to attain our vision and mission. And another qualitative metric, Leadership is visible in various institutional practices such as decentralization and the participative management. Like you have to take one case study. For example, we have taken one program, the technical and cultural event, wherein the students, almost the students from entire department will be in different teams, so that totally the function is organized only by the students, right? So that's how, like, how we are delegating the powers to the others and how the event is happening. So in that way, we need to give one sample. So we are giving one sample. Almost all the activities are happening in institutions like this only. So we need to give a proper decentralization mechanisms, and we need to have some policies here, like what are all the powers delegated to whom. So in that way, like, we are having some decentralization procedures. So what is the strategic plan of our institute? Though it has only 2 marks, actually, this plays a major role. Without strategic plan, like no work in our institutions, but qualitative part, like only 2 marks is given for this metric. And so we had some strategic plan, like we need to have good outreach, and we need to be top in our admission status, and ranking wise and accreditation wise, we must be top. And placement already we had a proven record, but higher studies still we need to come up, and industry connect and startups, and many centers of research, and even international outreach. This is the plan of the institution, and for that, what are the activities which we are taking, like how we proved in admissions, like who are all the top recruiters now, so how we are improving in our placement, and how research activities has been improved, and how we are having some collaboration with the international countries, so international internships, international collaborations, and we have started to attract the professors from the other countries also, and tie up with various MOUs or signed with various industries for various domains, so that training has been given on a specific domain and the placements are given properly. So like this, and we have in-campus startups also. So that's the strategic plan, and we are able to achieve all these things. And how it is deployed, like all the things which we discussed is done. So that's how. And another qualitative metric is like as I discussed earlier, like the power has to be delegated. So for that, we need to have a perfect organogram like this. So this chart depicts the levels, hierarchical levels of the various bodies in our institutions. Like that, we need to have a clear policy. And what are the various welfare schemes available for the faculty members? So we can have some group insurance scheme, interest-free loan, free transport and food, and merit certificate for 100% results. So these are all some of the faculty measures. All these will be under again on the policy, like and how many casual leaves, vacations, and like this. So in addition, we can also promote our faculty members by giving some faculty awards, some skill development courses. For non-teaching also, for non-teaching staff also, we can have some skill development courses like this. And for performance appraisal, and we have 4 categories like academics, research, and their support in administration and professional development. So that has to be circulated to the faculty members in advance, so that they must know like what are all the areas they must be very strong, and based on that at the end of the academic year, and they need to review themselves. And again, since 6 majorly deals with the finance part, Like we need to have both internal audit and external audit. Like what are all the documents that need to be audited by the auditors? So if you want, I'll share the PPT also, like you can have some glimpse of this. And how the funds are utilized, like how the budget is proposed by the HOD and how it is recommended, how budget is got sanctioned, how you are using, and physically whether that all the budget which we got approved is available in the laboratory, or for what purpose we have got, and how we are utilizing that. In that way, we can have mobilization of fund. In other way, suppose if we other resources in our institutions. Say, for example, we have TCS Iron Zone containing some 500 to 700 systems that is purely meant for examination purpose. Through that, we are getting a revenue. And similarly, other training programs like to some industry people, and through that, we are getting some revenue. So, what are the various ways in which the fund is entering into our institutions? Like the ground is available free during this holidays, Saturday and Sundays, that can be utilized by the corporate sector, and through that also we are getting some revenue. So effective utilization of the resource, and like places for canteen and all, like we are giving to them, and we are getting some rent out of that. So this is how, these are all the documents normally we will be in need to upload for this. Like how we are mobilizing the fund in our institution.
Ma'am, sorry for interrupting, ma'am. Kindly check. We couldn't view your screen. Please check, ma'am.
You're not viewing my screen?
The content, whatever you're delivering right now, regarding that, we couldn't view, ma'am. It's currently the page that is criteria 6.1.1. That page is only screening.
I asked you, no? 1 second. All these time you are only in this page?
Yes, ma'am. Actually, we were switching over earlier, for a few duration. We were viewing that screen, but again.
Is it okay, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
It's very.
When you started regarding budget, we couldn't view, ma'am.
You might have interrupted that time itself. We crossed many things. Have you seen all these things? No.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Actually,
you might have interrupted that time itself.
Okay, ma'am. Okay.
So
we felt guilt to interrupt you. That's why we were waiting, ma'am. Okay, sorry.
I covered this qualitative part, like how we are approaching our vision and mission of the institution.
Yes, ma'am. Through your words, we could get it. But as you were clearly telling about the budget, we were keenly wanted to share see your thing. That's why.
Okay. So, like how we are getting this decentralization, and you see this strategic plan, and how we are attaining that. Top-notch companies, and how the research publications are improved, and the collaboration with the international universities. This is how the strategic plan is achieved. And connections with various industries for this particular domain. So various center of excellences are signed MOU with the various industries, and because of that, we are able to have good placement record. And we have in-campus startups. Inside the campus itself, we have some startups. Like we gave provision for the students to have their own startup inside our institution itself. That is one facility we are giving to promote the entrepreneur skills of the students. And that's how we could achieve the plan that has been done in last 2 to 3 years. So this is one sample of this organogram. And care must be taken to cover almost all the workers involved in our institution to fit in this particular chart. What are the various faculty welfare schemes available? And we need to motivate the faculty members by giving some awards, organizing some skill development programs like this. So performance appraisal, we need to have in 4 categories like academics, research, administrative support, and professional development. So that has to be circulated well in advance to the faculty members. Yeah, for finance, like what are all the documents that need to be audited? So we have both internal audit and external audit. If we inform the accounts people, the auditors will give the statements like, for both internal and external audits. If you want, I'll share this PPT also. And how the funds are mobilized. And that's what are all the various ways in which funds are entering into our institution. And finally, IQAC, they are responsible, from morning onwards, we are talking about the functionalities of IQAC. They are responsible almost for all the criteria. In all aspects, without their involvement, nothing is introduced here. So IQAC plays a major role, almost similar to principal, and they are coming up with the good qualitative initiatives so that the overall performance of the institution has come up. That's why we have given this quality parameters for all these 7 metrics. It's directly connected to IQAC. I think I covered the qualitative part of criteria 6, decentralization, strategic plan, organogram. And coming to this e-governance, we need to have a software for all the operations, like administration, finance and accounts, student admission and support, examination, administration in the sense all activities related subject, starting from subject allocation, lesson plan, and all the activities that is happening. I'll show one sample of that. So I have taken our institution data, implementation of e-governance. So it is already open to public only, you can also view at any time. And for sample, I'm just clicking one administration task, the software which we are using, and students' attendance, and the mark entry, and who are all the mentor, who are the students mentee under for this particular faculty member, and the subject allocation. We can look for a particular student here. All the details are available. And what are all the various subjects currently happening in this particular semester and handled by whom. So entire data, timetable, circular, admission their dashboard and student strength, overall student strength of the institution. And library entry is also automated. Like you can see what all the various books available here. And transaction details in library. And from anywhere we can access the informations. Okay, some reports about that and gate entry. So these are some sample which I am sharing now. So similarly for all the things, like we need to have a proper proof that has been implemented in e-governance way. 1 second. Okay, so this data you need to upload, like from whom you have got the software and when you have started to implement that. So welfare measures and percentage of teachers provided with financial support. So for that also we need to have some policy document. Per year this particular faculty, if the faculty is a professor, then how much amount he can claim to attend some conference or workshop. So we can have some fixation for professor, associate professor and AP like that, and we can give the amount if the faculty member claim that amount 15 days in advance before attending any conference or workshop, something like that. And again, IQAC must take care that the fund is mobilized to all the faculty members. So it is not that one particular faculty member is repeatedly claiming the amount. So thereby we are motivating all the faculty members to attend all the programs like this. That is actually a purpose of that. Average number of professional development training programs organized by the institution for teaching and non-teaching staff. And again, the focus is given to the total number here and how many are attended. How many faculty members attended and how many programs. So almost all are related only. So performance appraisal system and internal and external audits, funds. And while talking about the funds, we have some consultancy, research activities in criteria 3 that should not be included again here, that the data should not be duplicated. So that we need to take care. That's about criteria 5. IQAC has contributed significantly, yes. And in the morning itself, like how the improvements are there from first cycle to second cycle. So that regular academic administrative audit, we need to have 4 times actually. We plan 4 times. Again, that differ from based on the policy of the institution, that may differ. But we need to have some policy. It's all about process which we are following in institution. And we need to fix some policy. And based on that, we need to have many number of audits. And how after the audit, what is the action taken report by the IQAC member? That we need to analyze and have a proper record for the proof also. That's what regular meeting, feedback collected, analyzed, and used for further improvement. And like how you have organized, like with the quality initiative with other institutions, like any program that has been happening, so that we can have here, and NAAC participation, ISO, NBA, and all, like we can have. And now coming to criteria 7, this deals with the social responsibilities. So promotion of gender equity, So there we are focusing on safety and security. That for safety, like we can, we are talking about CCTV cameras which are incorporated throughout our campus. And apart from that, we need to talk about this women empowerment cell, and for students at ladies hostel, we have some ladies security and ambulance facilities. So all these things also we need to talk about there. Like for women, they must be very safe enough in all aspects. So that we need to project here. And counseling, like we have professional counselor, psychiatrist. So they'll counsel the girl students periodically. And as we all have this common rules, that's common. And daycare center for young children, yeah, that facility we need to create and have some place for that. And though that has not been utilized by many of the faculty members, but we need to have provision for that, and we need to have a separate space, one room separately to accommodate the young children. And we must be careful enough in maintaining this environmental sustainability, like solar energy. We have, I'll even if you want, I'll share this. Anyone is about to travel somewhere, or it's time up, or any problem in that?
No, ma'am, you can take for another.
Anyhow, I'm just moving a little bit fast only.
Yes, ma'am. Okay.
Yeah.
So are you switching your screen, ma'am?
Pardon me?
Are you switching your screen, ma'am? We couldn't see your screen.
Yeah. I'm going to another screen now. 1 second. So we need to have some solar panel like this. So these photographs, geotagged photographs, are required. Panel board, alternate power source, biogas plant that is directly connected to kitchen, and sensor-based water cooler, and similarly sensor-based lights also, like once if we come out of the room, automatically that will be switched off. That's how we are conserving energy. Replacing all the lights with LEDs. Yeah. So quantitative part, like as it's already public, like if you want, you can have a glimpse of our institutions, and we got good marks in quantitative part. And similarly, we need to have facilities for managing solid waste, liquid waste, biomedical waste, e-waste, waste recycling. So for that, like do some recycling we can do. Otherwise, like we have to sign some MOU with other agencies so that they will collect all the waste, and they'll return with some not in money, and we can have some MOU. Like so what we are doing, we will be giving all the solid waste which we are having in our institution, and we'll be getting some A4 sheets and all. And that's how we signed MOU with the company. So in that way, we can have some MOUs, and we can clear off all these waste things in our institutions, and like rainwater harvesting. For all these things, we need to take some steps, and geotag photographs are required. Only then we can claim mark under this. And for this green campus, again, some barricades we need to have in our institutions, so that clear visibility will be given that we are practicing all these things. And external, we need to call an external agency to do audit on these green audit, energy audit, environment audit. And so far we have not yet received any awards for this clean and green campus. If that is there, then again it will boost our mark. And the ramps, we need to have ramps in almost all the places. Like in all the areas, equivalently ramp facilities are given. And since we attract student diversity, institutional efforts in providing an inclusive environment towards cultural, regional, linguistic, communal, socio-economic, and other diversities. Since we have students from different states like Andhra, Karnataka, Kerala, even from Jammu and Kashmir, from different states we are attracting students. So we need to organize programs so that the other students might also be involved in this. That's what we need, a tolerance and harmony here, so that they are living in a like under one CIT family. So we need to bring those kind of to the students. That's we need to take. And regularly, like we need to have some awareness programs. Normally, we are inviting some lawyers to understand the rights, duties, and responsibilities of citizens. So ultimately, a student must be a responsible citizen. So we need to give awareness on various things like this. And like all the institutions, they will have their own code of conduct for students and teachers, and there must be some committee, like disciplinary committee, monitoring those code of conduct periodically. And we need to organize many national, international commemorative days. Like we need to recollect birthdays of all the eminent personalities, and the festivals like Pongal festival, Onam festival, and all. Like, so we need to have all these things. I'll show some photographs for that. And I think all these are qualitative part. I'll just share one PPT alone for that. For gender equity, as I told you, like cameras, like all these events involves women students. Our contribution to the environment like this. How we are preserving the environment. The campus. And MOU with one institution, sorry, with one organization for paper recycling. So festivals under all categories. And Republic Days, Bharatiyar Day, Christmas, Guru Nanak birthday, community awareness like Swachh Bharat, UBA, and volunteers during this pandemic period. Apart from that, directly we are going to the school, and or we are inviting the school students, and we are giving some workshops, career guidance for +2 students. And organizing program for school students also periodically. So this is as a part of, it's not mainly meant for admission process like how the other people are focusing on. Like as a part of social responsibility, like expenses are done on this area also. The scholarships, COVID relief. So some glimpse which I'm sharing here. And now these are some best practices which we are claiming, how we are transforming this caterpillar. You see here into a butterfly like this. So this +2 student, once he completed his school, we are placing him either as a some placement in dream company, or he will be pursuing higher education, or he must be in a position to have his own startup. So for that, what are all the various activities? Thereby we are covering all these program outcomes from 6 to 12. So 1 to 5 normally we are covering with our curriculum, and the remaining 6 to 12 how we are covering through various activities like this. This is actually our roadmap to the success. We are able to identify our student in any of this, so that's success. In detail, like what are all the other activities, the activities which we are giving here, that is described in detail here. So because of all these activities only, like we are able to transform a +2 student into the student can be a startup, or he can have startup or placed in one company, or he can go for higher studies. And another best practice which we are having is an ecosystem for innovation. We recently we have come up with good number of entrepreneurs in our own campus itself. So for that, starting from first year to final year, what are all the steps we are taking out, so that we are able to convert a student into an entrepreneur at the end. So these are the two best practices which we are following, and we have come up, we have outcome of this. So only then we can justify this. This is our best practice. Like how, what are all the steps we have taken, so that finally they have a startup. Funding to the market also, launching the products. And some success stories we have got. And what is the distinctiveness of our institutions? Because of these industry supported laboratories only, like the quality of the student has been improved. Like we are able to have a good placement, good publications, and they with the innovations, and they are able to come up with some patent filing also. So this plays a major role, and only not addicting only to the curriculum like alone will not transform a student to this particular level. So these industry supported laboratories are the special feature of the institution, so that we are able to identify the student in all these categories. So that's how, that's a proof, like in what way we are improved. Publications also improved, placement is also improved. This is how the number of patents is also improved. Thank you. This is what my short view about criteria 5, 6, and 7. Ma'am, thank you. And any doubts? Already, I think we are running out of time.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Participants, if you have any questions, you can ask. You can ask now. You can unmute your mic and you can ask now, or you can send a mail to IQAC ID. We can get you the answers back. Participants, is there any questions that has to be answered now? Ma'am, I don't think any questions from the participant side. If there is any question,
okay,
I'll let you know. I'll send you the mail.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Okay, thank you. It's nice presentation.
I request the participants to unmute your video to have a short photo session. Participants, please unmute your video for a short while. Participants, kindly unmute your video. Sir, participants. Okay, thank you. Now I would like to invite Dr. G. Durga Devi, Coordinator, IQAC of New Prince Shri Bhavani College of Engineering and Technology, to propose the vote of thanks. Ma'am.
Yeah, thank you, Hema. Very good evening to one and all present here. I profusely thank our respected speakers of the day, Dr. S. Sivaperumal, Director, International Relations and Sponsored Research, Presidency University, Bangalore, Dr. P. Nageshwara Rao, Dean, IQAC, Vardhaman College of Engineering, Hyderabad, Dr. S. Murali, Coordinator, IQAC, Sri Sai Ram Institute of Technology, Chennai, Dr. B. Sundarambal, Head, Department of Computational Intelligence, Chennai Institute of Technology, Chennai, for having spared their valuable time to join us with us in this seminar. Thank you all for accepting our invitation and enlightening the participants with your expertise and knowledge. Thank you all. And I thank all the participants from various institutions for attending this seminar from morning to evening patiently. Thank you all. My sincere thanks to our chairman, Thiru K. Loganathan, and our secretary, Mrs. B.S. Mahalakshmi, for guiding us and supporting us in this event. And I would like to thank our vice chairman, Mr. L. Naveen Prasad, for providing support and encouragement for conducting this seminar. And I also would like to thank our director, Professor A. Swaminathan, who motivates and leads us in all the activities, what we do. And thank you all. I would like to thank our principal, Dr. T. Saravanan, who has been always at the forefront of every activity at our institution. Let me take this opportunity to thank him for his continuous support and involvement in making this seminar a grand success. Thank you, sir. Next, I would like to thank my fellow colleagues of EC department and the people who worked at the back end for the smooth conduct of the seminar. Last but not the least, I would like to thank the National Assessment and Accreditation Council, NAAC, for providing financial assistance to conduct this one-day seminar on NAAC, Revised Assessment and Accreditation Framework and Approach. I hope the seminar would have been really beneficial for the higher education institutions to understand the importance of NAAC accreditation and its revised framework. And also the seminar would have made up some best methods in understanding the qualitative and quantitative metrics of criteria 1 to criteria 7. And the participants would have understood the role of internal quality assurance cell in enhancing the quality of the higher education institutions. Thank you once again, and thank you all. Thank you. Have a great weekend.
Thank you, ma'am. I once again thank all the participants for joining our seminar and providing a kind cooperation throughout our session. Thank you all.
The feedback link has been posted on the chat box. Please fill the feedback link so that only you can get the certificates. Thank you. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you all. Ma'am, shall we end the session?
Yeah, we can wind up. Thank you, ma'am.